How's it going, everybody? You got me here to bring you another Marvels update, specifically on the Marvels. So, we got a bunch of news here that just hit the past few days. Haven't had enough time to go over until now, but I will gladly go over now. Let me just see. What we got going on here is basically the plot leak for the Marvels. And we're going to get a little bit more details on what might happen for Deadpool 3 and other future Marvel products because of said details, right? Now, we're going to go over here and bounding into comics, but whatever. So the Marvel, they're plot leaked, right? And this movie isn't set till November 10th, I believe. Well, let me double check that at the bottom. Yeah, release date is November 10th. So, just about 9 more days until this shitstorm actually hits the world. But, for the people that have been able to find a review of it, this is what we're going to go over. I'm going to skim past most of it, but hit some of the important details here now. Something to take into account also is Darb, this main character that we're being introduced to. She's made out to be apparently like Thanos' equal, right? Stuff like that. It's like, I don't know. And then, not to mention, it's a race-swapped, gender-swapped character. So, you're not even really getting the authenticness of it, right? So, if we go back here, something they point out immediately upon viewing the clip, you see how they're framing it. They're framing it as there will always be a Thanos. She's the new Thanos, girl Thanos, stuff like that. You know what I mean? And first off, Marvel has an issue with their bad guys, where they don't pay them enough attention, and they don't make them either interesting enough, or they kill them off too fast, right? There were interactions that could have lingered, but instead, we got rid of them, like Crossbone and other stuff like that. So, yeah, you got Baron Mordo. Am I thinking that right? Might be tripping. The guy from fucking Civil War. And you got a lot of these characters that you just kind of got rid of early on. And yeah, I get Thanos was the main villain, But then also the way that they've been trying to push Kang doesn't work. The way he's been portrayed, he just sounds like a garbled mess and someone who's trying to rethink the wheel constantly when he's playing that character, instead of a threatening villain, right? We're not getting that. And it just continues on with the Marvels, where I will show a little bit of what they're talking about here. Yeah, so at the very beginning, the whole issue stems from Darb being one of the leaders of the Skrull, not a side faction, which is weird because she looks the way she does, right? It's like, well, I thought the Creed were blue people, but whatever, fuck it. Marvel continuity, right? And something that happens is we find out that Darb actually has one of the bangles that Kamala Khan has, or similar. And so a funny line apparently in the film Odyssey comes out later when Kamala is asked where she got that bangle, that ancient powerful artifact, and she just says, "Oh, my grandma sent it to me in the mail." It's a way to control the mood, right? And what other stuff do we have here? So this whole thing also is just really stupid, because we've already had sword built, but yet in this it's saying that the Peak headquarters, or Monica is working on a space station, Swords, the Peak, which is already they already had that at the end of Homecoming, or Far From Home. So it's just, this whole Marvel continuity is getting out of hand with what's taking place when, and when they shifted all these films around, when it was supposed to have been Doctor Strange, then Spider-Man, and then other films after that. But then when they reshuffled everything, it fucked up the storytelling, because then they were saying, oh, this takes place after this, and it's just like, okay, well then now the story doesn't make sense. Sorry, but continuity does matter, especially in world building. And anyways, so something that was pointed out here as well. So as we find out in the trailer, their powers keep on shifting between one another. Very odd, right? And at a point where a bunch of the fighting kind of had stopped, Monica, or sorry, Carol, one of them had like flown, and it swapped with, what's her name? Mala. And in doing so, then Furies tells Monica to fly up and save fucking Kamala. Sorry, the names are just getting all jumbled up in my head. And it's kind of stupid because Carol couldn't use her abilities because it's her powers to fly, right? But then yet Monica can fly, and it's not correlated to her powers. It's like the hoops that they make for like, oh, let's not have them switch their powers now. It's really contrived. And let me see. Yeah, there's more than one time in this film. Also, Carol basically, here we'll go to where it says that Carol gets mad at Kamala for basically not acting, or for not acting, for not reacting at a pivotal moment. And that's another one of those scenes where it's just like, damn, your idol is fucking talking shit to you because you're not a soldier. And it's just like, yeah, she's a little kid, still in high school, you know, if we're going off the story. I wasn't. Damn, I keep doing that. Yeah, right here. No. So it says, Monica reminds Carol that Kamala isn't a soldier. Monica and Carol also have conversations about how Carol left and never came back. They say that, but also it's also pointed out here is that it later revealed that Carol did indeed come back and visit Maria more than once. So a lot of this just also makes Carol Danvers just look even worse. It's like, damn, so you didn't come see your friend, you didn't come back to Earth to like help it, you've only been here a handful of times, and you have a fan, and you're just letting them down, shit like that. Like this doesn't make sense. And also, I know I kind of rushed through it, but the main plot of this happens because Darben, this bitch, basically goes on a tirade because after Brie Larson killed the Supreme Intelligence, it triggers this woman to be like, well, we need our resources and all that other shit. So she devises, or she has some fucking machine that opens up portals to extract the air, water, like, you know, the natural resources from other planets. Let's see where I find that. Yeah, never mind. I don't know where it's at right here, but yeah, what is it? It's higher up. It's on this portion. No. No. Did I go too high? Yeah, here we go. Darben witnessing Carol attacking the Supreme Intelligence, and then also the origin story. The Kree referred to her as that. I know I saw it here earlier. So what happens when I skim through it too fast? End up losing track of where I saw the other stuff. So, alright, here's what I was saying. So they discover that Darben's using a new weapon to create unstable portals that steals the sources of water, air, sun, and the whole planet. And she sends the resources to the destroyed Hala to rebuild it. And then something else that they point out in this is this also just basically ties in with the whole multiverse bullshit that people are tired of already. And what Darben is doing basically causes an incursion, which also doesn't make sense in the slightest. But it's Marvel. And yeah, so an incursion happens in the climax. Carol fights Darben with Monica and Kamala to try to fix the incursion. But at the end of it, though, Monica ends up flying through this tear in the universe and fixes it from the other side. but that also in turn gets her stuck in the other universe. And so there are assumptions that this is how they're gonna basically do Deadpool 3 cameos and shit like that, and that's pretty much it, right? Yeah. This, I mean, hey, you could, oh, I didn't even mention the funniest part of it all. Apparently there's a fucking musical scene, or like a singing portion, which is when Carol Danvers has to go to that one of these planets. She is known as Princess Carol, and it's even pointed out here that she sings. Apparently she does actually have a lovely voice, but it's an awful sequence overall. They realize the planet is Darb's next target, and that's the whole reason. So this is like the second act. Oh yoy. This is gonna be something else though. I don't know if is warranted, but no competition as far as other films coming out, and the fact that they made this out to just be one of the worst films in Marvel history. Not that many practical effects, not many people actually writing good stories. Everything has to tie back into the multiverse again somehow, and that's not really working out. Yeah, but let me know down in the comments below what y'all think. Are you guys going to be watching the Marvels? Can you care less? Otherwise, have a good morning, good night, good evening, and I'm going to catch you next time. Bye.